Conditional statements are only true if the conclusion always follows the hypothesis. So it's actually kind of tricky to prove that something is true, but it is very easy to prove that something is false. A conditional statement is false. To do that, we're going to use a counterexample. A counterexample is an example that fulfills the hypothesis. In other words, it makes the hypothesis true, but not the conclusion. In other words, it makes the conclusion false. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the statement again that I had before. If someone is Canadian, so that is my hypothesis. Now remember, to be a counterexample, the hypothesis is going to need to be true. So I'm looking for an example that makes the hypothesis true. And then the conclusion, then they love the cold, so they love the cold was my conclusion. And remember, my conclusion needs to be false. So to do a counterexample to say, hey, this is not a true statement, all I need to do is give one example where the hypothesis is true and the conclusion is false. So the counterexample I'm going to use is Miss Woolard. Okay, so Miss Woolard is a counterexample for the statement because she is Canadian, so this part's true, but she does not love the cold, so this part is false. There are a lot of different, you can often give many different counterexamples. This is just one example that will prove the entire statement false.